Hey, so I'm just coming in to do a fun little pick a card for past life energy. Maybe you connected, what you're connected to, soul lessons that we're bringing into this lifetime, and ways that you can help cut maybe some of the karmic ties from these past lives. So with that being said, there was a pick a card 1, 2, 3. And if you are on TikTok or YouTube, any of the videos that you stop on and maybe you pause for a little minute, this is meant for you. So I already went ahead and pulled the card. So if you pick card 1, this is your reading. So it looks like here we have some physical issues coming out in the past. So this is in the past life, or this could actually be in your life or in your past or in your life now. A lot of the times we bring over lessons from past lives that aren't completed so that we can complete them. So we've got this broken down chariot. So this is really giving me connected to the heart maybe as well. Maybe there is some heart and trauma in the heart, which is manifesting as physical disease. They say that emotional trauma can be the manifestation of physical ailments. So this one here might be connected to the heart chakra, some trauma in the heart. It could also be heartbreak as well, I'm getting with this. So we have this like broken down vehicle. So our vehicle, like really it's giving me our Merkaba because it's this chariot. So I feel like here within the energetic structure of your physical body, there might have been lifetimes of illness, of maybe you were very accident prone as well. We've got some accidents here, clumsiness, but also injuries as well. So this is something that you're here to learn about and overcome and take the wisdom out of with this number 3 here. I feel like number 3 is self-mastery. So I feel like this is something that you're working on healing as well with this. So with this energy, I feel like here there might have been lifetimes that you've brought into this. You might go, maybe always be sick, or always be falling down or clumsy or having accidents or getting injured within this life, because I feel like it's connected to past lives. So for the sacred site that you're connected to, it's Mount Fuji. So we have this very serene scene, very tranquil, this peace. So Mount Fuji, and I had to kind of look these up a little bit because I do know a little bit about them, but I don't know like a little bit of deeper, so I can give you more. So this is connected to the East. So the visionary, spiritual enlightenment as well, healing. So I feel like here for Mount Fuji, there is this like energy of purification. There's this healing, this peace that's going on. So you could also be connected to Japanese culture. So you might be someone who does Reiki or practice some sort of energy medicine, like some sort of Japanese yoga or Qigong, something like that. I feel like here, and this is something I feel like you've brought in from a past life as well. So it could have been that you had some physical issues, and I feel like here, this is like this sacred site is where you're from. I feel like you have the knowledge of like healing energy. And with this as well, it's like, I feel like here there's like this peace within that. We got the really purple coming out here, so it's giving me like crown chakra, maybe violet flame too, some transmuting you're connected to. But I also feel like here with this, it's like there may have been a past life where you had physical issues that you've either brought into this life, or it could also be too that you were someone in the past life of healing others with physical issues. If you don't have those physical issues in this life, so take it as it resonates. It could be that you are somebody who is either healing yourself through that, or as well as healing others through that. So then we've got the soul lesson you're bringing through is acceptance. Says here, I'm learning that to accept the things that I cannot change. So yeah, so maybe there is some physical issues that maybe there was some injury or an accident that happened that you cannot change the past. And I feel like here we're being asked to accept with this. Your soul lesson is acceptance. And I feel like here, this is like kind of a lot in the mind here, because we got like this crown chakra. I feel like here there's some sort of blooming in the mind whenever, we can accept maybe some of the limitations of this lifetime. with our, especially too if it's like an accident, something like that. So, and I feel like here too with the acceptance, there is this motion. Whenever, so you hear how we're like kind of broken down. I feel like here there might be a kind of like some trauma within the body that we're being asked to kind of take almost a stance of knowing that you cannot change the past, but like growing and healing into the future with this. So what else do we have? We had for the karmic lessons that you're kind of bringing through, or karmic ties that you're breaking here, is it says clear entangled karma. So we've got every relationship holds lessons, break free from karmic ties that no longer serve your growth. So I feel like here it's like, yeah, so maybe that was some heartache, maybe there's some karmic ties to maybe some heartache, maybe some relationship issues as well with that. But it's like you're being asked to like find, I think, the wisdom and the lesson within that as well, and too, as well as in with any illnesses or accidents or any trauma within your body that you have. And I feel like accepting, so breaking free and accepting is going to help you to heal as well with that. So then we had let go of judgment. So it says here, judging others only keeps you stuck in the past. Embrace compassion and release judgment. So I feel like judgment of others is really like a projection of judgment of self. So you might judge yourself maybe for an accident that happened. Maybe you judge yourself for getting sick, or there is some sort of self-judgment within maybe the trauma. Maybe there's some trauma to your body that you judge because it looks different, or it feels different than what is portrayed in the outer world. So I feel like here it's like we're like lifting almost like these weights off and kind of throwing it out here. So it says, yeah, judgment and criticism. So I feel like here this is more like a self-judgment, and that's going to help all you as well project. I feel like to project is like that acceptance. When we can kind of heal this, when we can let go of it, then we're accepting. We're not judging our experience anymore. We're not judging our body. We're not judging our health or our ability to heal, I feel like here. So I feel like here, yeah, embracing compassion. So we got that big heart energy coming out here, having compassion for yourself, compassion for others, and releasing in that sense. And then we also had step into divine timing. So it says here, what's meant for you won't pass you by. Trust the delays. They're aligning your path. I like here too how we have vehicles in this one. One is like driving away and this one's kind of broken down. So we've got, I feel like here, there might be a situation where there was an injury or some sort of accident or some sort of physical issue that is almost delaying, like you feel like it's delaying you. So maybe if you're always sick all the time, maybe you're delayed from I don't know, let's say taking a step forward in life right now, or maybe there was an accident where you feel like there was some sort of pause to something, or something like that, or some sort of illness. So I feel like here it's like you're being asked to accept and trust in divine timing, but also too, it's like trust the delays. They're aligning your path. So what's meant for you won't pass you by. So I feel like here, this bus wasn't meant for him. So it's, it's passing him by, and he trusts that, the next one, or, even it can even be the one after that is going to be the one. So I feel like here there might be a lesson maybe in patience too with yourself and your physical body, the healing as well with that. So then we had a future higher self card, and it says don't take action when there's a feeling of resistance. Yeah, so I feel like here because there might be some physical issues, there might be some resistance. Like same with too, like acceptance. I feel like unacceptance causes resistance, because then we have like judgment. We're judging how things aren't, going fast enough for us. So we're resisting. We're like, we're butting up against something because we're still not in the flow of accepting life as it already is. So I feel like here with that, it's like you're being asked to like slow down. when you feel like, I feel like it's like, yeah, it's almost like slow down, when you feel like almost like not your normal self here, because I feel like here there is some like a little bit of dis-ease within the body. So I feel like here it's like whenever you're trying to take action and even, but your body isn't feeling it, maybe your mind is, and your mind wants to take some action but your body's not feeling it. I feel like here it kind of butts up against resistance, and then you end up kind of still delaying a little bit of that healing because you're pushing too hard against it. I feel like acceptance is kind of like going with the flow, accept things the way that they are for now. So I feel like here that, yeah, you definitely have some connection to, so even too, if you are dealing with physical issues, you may be called to some Japanese healing medicine, maybe some holistic medicine as well to help with these issues. But also too, I feel like here that you already have this wisdom inside of you because this is a past life of where you've lived before. So I hope that resonates for you, and you'll have to let me know. Thank you. So now up for card 2. So if you chose card 2, or if you're seeing this video and it makes you kind of pause and stop, this message is for you. I'm going to put these out on my TikTok as well. So I'm going through past lives and past energy, something that maybe you're bringing forward, a soul lesson, some of the ways you can untie that karma, and also to maybe some site, some place that you're connected to as well, and the wisdom within that. So if you chose card 2 or you're landing on this video, so we've got number 18 here. So it says something missing. It says intimacy or fertility issues, number 18. So I feel like here this is like a cycle for you, because we've got number 9. So this 9 gives me like cycles. And I feel like here it doesn't have to be fertility issues. It doesn't have to be intimacy issues. But I feel like here there is an overall sense, or was an overall sense, of something missing in your life. And it could be due to these kind of issues, but I feel like here too, there also is connected to, I think, just love in general, missing some sort of love. Like it's giving me almost like there's like a kind of like an empty space in the heart here. So let's see here what else this is connected to. So the sacred site for you I pulled is Aphrodisi's, and I want to say, I hope that I said that right. So this is in Turkey. So very connected to love, the goddess, creation, deep connection to fertility, which is kind of crazy because we have like fertility issues here. And this is like deeply connected to the divine feminine. It was after Aphrodite, named after Aphrodite. So we've got here the swans and the heart, this purification, as well as, so you might be, have interest in, you know, marble statues and, you know, some of those like, art in the world. I feel like here very art, you might be interested in art or beauty, as well as connected to a lot of like creation energy and divine feminine. So I feel like here, so in this place here, when I was kind of looking it up, because I did look these up, I don't know everything about them, to give you a little bit more information. So Aphrodisi's, so in Aphrodite, so it was very connected to the divine feminine, to love, there was also a big pressure to perform as well. So this was really connected to sexuality. So there was a pressure to perform, to embody the perfection, those marble statues that were just perfect, you know, the perfect body image as well. But also there was a lot of ritualized intimacy. So rituals that contained a lot of sexual content, things like that. But also too, so this can cross over as like a fear of intimacy. So a subconscious fear of intimacy. So we have this something missing, or a feeling of like inadequacy, because back in when I was reading about this and researching it, it was saying that like women that were unable to conceive, were kind of like socially exiled. It was viewed as you were like cursed. And I feel like here maybe there is something that comes up with fertility issues for you, where you feel like you just have like maybe bad luck, or maybe you do feel like you're cursed. But I feel like here this is something that you're here to overcome. So you're here to, I feel like here you're like this might be coming in from a past life. Well, it is coming in from a past life, but I feel like here this might be somebody as well. Like if there is in a relationship, it could be in a relationship as well, that's someone that you have now, where you have maybe a little bit of these issues with divine masculine, divine feminine energy. So I like here, because we almost have this, like, I feel like here there's like this overstimulation, like she's like, no, I'm not interested, you know, don't touch me. And I feel like here this might be a subconscious thing from this time period. So I feel like here this is like almost like you're here to kind of heal the trauma from that time frame, and bring back in the love and the passion. I feel like here now you can always switch positions too. It doesn't have to be like, you don't have to be a female watching this, or you're a male, just switch the positions, I feel like here. But this also can manifest as like I feel like here, what was it, manifest as issues of like hyper independence. I feel like here, because I feel like here there's no vulnerability, kind of that very divine feminine aspect. And this could be like with a male as well, it's hard for you to be vulnerable, as well as the pressure, feeling the pressure in life. But this, I feel like here, this is more of a, there is something, it could be fertility issues, but I feel like here there's more of a missing part of the love. So I feel like here this is a lot about self-love with this energy that's coming in. So then for the soul lesson, we had freedom. So this is something here that you're here to learn. You're learning this lesson of freedom. And it says here, I possess the power and free will to create my own happiness. And I feel like here, it's almost like when we feel like there's something missing. Oh, I feel like here when we feel like there's something missing, it's almost like we won't be happy, or we won't feel happy until we have this. And I feel like here, one of your lessons right now is to know that you create your own happiness, not tied to a relationship, not tied to, maybe having a child, family, things like that. I feel like here, love, I feel like for someone else to give you that love. And I feel like this is like, you're creating freedom within your life here. And I feel like giving yourself that self-love is going to create happiness within your life. I feel like here, it might also fix some of your fertility, if you do have fertility or intimacy issues with that. So I like this here too, because it's giving me the blue, so it's really giving me the throat chakra. So I'm getting here like expressing yourself might be hard. You might have trouble expressing your feelings as well with that. So I feel like here this is like the freedom of expression with this. So karmic threads. So it looks like here's some of the karmic threads here that you're here to kind of break the chains to. It says here, accept past choices. I'm kind of getting dark out here. It says, accept your decisions, however imperfect. They brought you to where you are now. Let them go and move forward. So yeah, there's something about like letting go, moving forward. With this acceptance we have coming out here. So yeah, there might be maybe there was some sort of decision or some sort of choice based on a relationship, like maybe based on intimacy or some sort of fertility issues, because I feel like here fertility issues and intimacy issues are some of the biggest things that affect relationships. So maybe there was something in the past where something had ended maybe, and I feel like here it was your decision, but also too it's something maybe that you're holding on to here. You're feeling like maybe something's missing here. So it says forgive yourself. So forgiveness isn't for others, it's for you. Free yourself from guilt and shame. Yeah, because a lot of guilt and shame can come up with intimacy, sex, sexuality, with fertility issues. So we can get and on both sides, not just like not one or the other, it's both sides, which can really affect relationships. But also too, I feel like here, forgive yourself. When it's saying from guilt and shame. So maybe you feel some shame or guilt because you feel like you're not satisfied maybe in this phase of your life with that. So it's like freeing. We've got the birds free. I feel like forgiveness is freeing yourself. Maybe it's forgiveness of others as well with that. But I feel like that one's there. It's saying it's not for others. But I feel like here it can go both ways. And then we had rebuild imbalanced relations. So it says, if the scales are tipped, it's time to restore balance. Step forward and create harmony in your relationships. Yeah, we got a lot of like the relationships coming out here, a lot of masculine and feminine energy. So I feel like here in this one, there was a lot of feminine energy. And it's almost like sometimes that can manifest, like if there's too much feminine energy, that can manifest in this life as like a lack of, or it's almost like a trauma, so it's like a disconnect from the feminine aspect here. So I feel like here, see how it's like the feminine is kind of like, the masculine is kind of like put up on the pedestal here, and the feminine is kind of like got the heavier weight. So within relationships, you know, it's not always going to be 50-50 one week. It might be like 20-40 in the next week. But if it seems to be a routine pattern, I feel like here there is this call to maybe express yourself, but also too with that with self-love, balance that masculine and feminine energy within yourself. So then your future higher self message is, everyone you meet is another part of you that wants to be loved. Yeah, so we got a lot of love coming out here. So relationships, love, and also too, it's like seeing yourself in one another, or parts of yourself in one another here. So I hope that resonates for you, and you'll have to let me know. Thanks. Hello. So if you chose card 3, so we're going through if you've landed on card 3 on your timeline, and you decide to stay and watch for a bit, this message is for you. So I'm going through past lives and past energies, what you're, maybe a site or a place that you're connected to, your soul lesson that you're learning, maybe some ways to break some of the karmic ties within this lifetime. So if you chose card number 3, so your past life energy, or past energy, and this is something that you might have carried into this life, is some self-doubt, some feelings of inadequacy. We have number 10 here. So I feel like here, you're here to really kind of end this. This is giving me an ending. So this could stem from having very critical caregivers or parents, feelings of unworthiness, self-esteem issues. This is like a karmic bloodline thing. And I feel like here, this is like you're here to kind of end that and overcome that. We've got kind of the white here, this very pure energy. So I feel like here, there might be some feelings of fear of stepping forward into who you really are, because of some of the trauma that you had endured as a child, or growing up. And it doesn't have to be like physical trauma, it can be like emotional trauma, and that can manifest in a lot of ways. So codependency issues, attachment issues, things like that, self-love issues. Now it's not saying that I feel like here this is something that's passed down from like generation to generation with your energy here. Now this energy is connected to Newgrange, and this is in Ireland. And this resonated for me because I did pick number 3, and I am Irish. So I've been talking quite a bit about the Trisca Lion on my Facebook, and this is kind of about cycles. I feel like here, death and rebirth. Also about like illumination. but also as well as very connected to like ancient consciousness and wisdom. This is like from the north, so home of the ancestors, wisdom, and also to the divine masculine and feminine, as well as like the light and dark aspects. We've got this like liberation here with these doves. I also sign off in a dove most of the time, so I feel like here there is like this liberation. You're almost like here to, I feel like here, like liberate your kind of bloodline from this like self-doubt energy. So let's see what comes up next here. So your soul lesson is purpose. And it says here, I know what I am here to do. So I feel like here, a lot of your life is asking what your I feel like here, a lot of your life is asking what your purpose here is here. And I feel like here with self-doubt, I feel like that can come in pretty strong. Because you're like, doubt is like, I don't know. And now we're saying the soul lesson is like, I know what I'm here to do. And I feel like within your kind of shadow work on maybe your feelings, you're going to figure out what your purpose is, and you're going to know. So I feel like here knowing is, we've got, I think it's claircognizance is the knowing. And then we've got this like almost like this wheel, and I feel like here you're going to know what direction. You're going to know what you're here to do. It could also be too that you are, you know, you are a cycle breaker, and you are here to break a cycle. See how this is like a mirror image? There's a reflection here. So I feel like here there is this like need to reflect, and it looks like she's reflecting in there on maybe some of the past issues that you have with your self-esteem, and where that really came from. Sorry, this is getting really it's getting really hard to see, but I feel like here, yeah, so I feel like there is like this navigation. You'll know what you're here to do, and this is what you're learning in this lifetime. If you don't know it, I feel like here you do know, you just are doubting yourself. You're doubting it. So that's your soul lesson. So then some of the karmic ties that you're here to break. It looks like here we've got choose with love. Love is the most powerful force. Choose love over fear, and your life will transform. So yeah, we got the light and the dark in this card, but also too, it's like choosing love with our heart over. It's like heart over mind, because the fear can be in the mind, but I feel like it's like heart over mind. But also too, I feel like this self-doubt or these feelings of inadequacy also come out, are masked by by anger. You might be very quick to anger, and I can say that about myself. You might be very quick to anger, a little bit impatient, maybe things like that. And I feel like here it's like, I feel like here this self-doubt is masked by some of these anger, or maybe this angry like outbursts that you have, but also too, I feel like it is something that's been passed down in a family bloodline as well, anger and fear. So then we also have face what you've avoided. So it says here, avoidance is a chain in disguise. What you're not willing to face still controls you. So he's looking under, he's opening up the shadows. Yeah, it's like getting into that shadow work, opening up those shadows. What's behind that curtain? And I feel like you're befriending it. See, we got the light shining in. There is this light shining in on the shadows here. We got the night and day, or the shadow and the light again. So I feel like here you work in both those. You work a lot in the shadows and in the light as well. It's almost like that balance, finding that balance within your life here. So yeah, we kind of got this uncovering. I feel like you're meant to uncover things maybe that are buried very deeply in the subconscious as well. I'm getting with this because we got like this light shining through, so I'm getting like subconscious with that. And then it says we had embrace healing. And it says here, healing is a journey, not a destination. Trust the process and know that every step brings you closer to peace. Yeah, because I feel like here there's a lot of healing that's happening. You know, a lot of healing on the bloodline. But also, too, you can, you know, have maybe some issues that are stemming from your feelings of inadequacy, like that you hide through food or bad habits or smoking or, you know, anger or something like that. And I feel like here, yeah, it's saying healing is a journey and not a destination. So it's like you can't rush this stuff because there's no point. There's no point because it just keeps going. It's a journey. The healing is the journey, right? So yeah, and it's like at every step brings you closer to peace. So every time you're healing, it's bringing your mind, I feel like, closer to peace, and your heart as well. So then we have your future higher self message. And I like here how it's storming now, and it's saying storms may bring passion but not peace. So you might be somebody, I had to think about this one for a minute. So you might be somebody who is very, sometimes doesn't pay attention to the red flags because sometimes it's like exciting. And I feel like here this can stem from some childhood trauma, is like maybe some of the more dangerous things, like they kind of like light you up, or they bring about some sort of spark or fire, but like you're being asked to like kind of, I feel like, notice those red flags. And I feel like here it's like, know that they don't ultimately bring you peace to where you want to be here. So I feel like sometimes too, whenever your body is almost in like this fight or flight response, peace is really hard. And this is kind of what I'm getting with this card, is like the peace is kind of hard because we mistake it for like boredom, or we mistake it for like not being productive, things like that. So I feel like here sometimes when there's like this little bit of a shake up, it's almost like it brings like this a little bit of energy, and then I feel like we can get caught in maybe some sort of cycle with that. And I feel like this is like bad habits with that, whether it's like drinking, smoking, eating, toxic thinking. I feel like that can sometimes happen with the energy, with the blood, kind of the bloodline energy. But you're here to like really, I feel like, end it with that. So I hope that resonated for you, and you'll have to let me know. Thanks.